gave us the belief that, you know, we were right there with them. We had a ton of energy, got the crowd into it. You know, they kept hitting us with runs, but we'd always hit them back, which, you know, I'm really proud of us for. There was a lot of times I felt like they were going to take over the game, but we stuck with it. We made a lot of plays. Just needed 3 more minutes of those plays, and would have got it done. You know, I think it seemed like they made all the plays down the stretch. It was a really good game for, you know, 37 minutes, and then they just hit big shots and we didn't, and that's, you know, sometimes what basketball comes down to is just who makes the shots when you need them. You know, we made a bunch of them throughout the game, and so did they, and, you know, props to them, they stepped up. It's a really good team.
Well, you know, this is a really good team, Iowa State, and again, they got a lot of different weapons. They really compete. They play together and get productivity from a lot of different people, even off the bench, you know. But they compete defensively, so you got to be able to handle the ball, move the ball, and just make sure you get good shots every time down. You're not always going to be able to create something with a set play. It's going to be off dribble penetration or off movement. And our guys, I think, did a really good job of that. And I think it was evident with 2 turnovers. Exactly what you do, you break the film down. You know, whether you win, it doesn't mean everything's perfect. You lose, doesn't mean everything's terrible. It's good stuff. There's stuff that needs to be corrected, and we take a very business-like approach.
I felt like, you know, we were striving all game. I mean, credit to Coach McCaffrey, their staff, and their players, because they spaced us out so well. They had such a great plan. They had us back on our heels for the first 35 minutes, and that's a huge credit to them. Our guys were, you know, we've played relatively well against good teams, and they were relentless. And I felt like the last, you know, 4 or 5 minutes, defensively, we were a little better guarding the dribble. We were a little better contesting, finishing plays on the glass, and then it allowed us to get out and go in transition. And I think, you know, guys made big shots, whether it's Key, Kurt, you know, there was a lot of big plays, Taman, late, where guys made plays. But our team is at its best when we're disruptive defensively, and then we get out and go transition. And again, to the credit of Coach McCaffrey and their staff and players, they did the great job of keeping us away from our game and our identity for 35 minutes or so.
Yeah, he's been around. He knows what we want. He knows what we need to do. You know, he's really trying to do what he needs for us to win, as a leader, as a player. So nobody's going to take it harder than him. So I'll just stay positive with him, tell him to keep leading. I wouldn't sit him down and correct his leadership style. I need him to stay positive and stay aggressive. 1 turnover was tough. You know, we're up 9, had a chance to go up 11, and Brock turns it over and they hit the 3. You know, we made a couple of mistakes. Just leave it at that. I'm not going to call anybody out. But kids played hard, did a lot of good stuff, and you got to give them credit. You know, those 2 guys made 3s. They're good players, and they stepped up and made shots. You got to give it to them. Don't talk about we should have done this and we could have done that. They made shots.
I was hitting shots and I was just happy. So, like, whenever I get in the game, try to like give my best, stay confident. I mean, like, practice, like, we didn't even talk about it. Like, he was like, yeah, I'm starting. I was like, yeah, no. I was like, not. Make sure when you get in, like, you get whatever you got, and like when I get in, I'm gonna do the same thing. So it was kind of like we were making a joke of it, so it was not like anything personal.
Coach said
it's like good when you make your first shot, so like you gain more confidence and like take the second one. So I was happy when I made the first one.